Truman Talks Live on Great Day Live is sponsored by the Karl Truman Law Office.
And Karl Truman's here with me this morning, an attorney and author. Well, those who serve in the military and become injured or ill during their service may be eligible for help, including disability compensation, whether or not they are entirely disabled. Hey, Karl, good to see you.
Morning. Morning.
So veterans are obviously available, and as an attorney, Karl Truman is especially interested in helping service members. You have advice for someone who may have been injured in the line of duty, which doesn't necessarily mean combat, right?
Right. You know, the veterans' disability claims, something I'm particularly interested in because as a veteran, I like helping and serving veterans and those who have served. So it's an area that I'm very passionate about because it's a very difficult bureaucratic process, very frustrating to get through. And yes, it does not involve, you don't necessarily have to be injured in combat. The term is line of duty, but it's not just being involved in combat. If you're injured or suffer an illness during your military service, then you may be eligible for veterans disability compensation.
Well, it's sad to say they can throw up a lot of obstacles too to prevent you from getting compensation that you're rightfully entitled to. It's
a very frustrating process. I mean, fighting the bureaucracy and having to get through and get all the paperwork together, the medical documentation together, it is very frustrating.
All right, so put me through the basic process for someone to get started.
Well, first of all, if you're injured during your service, it's not automatic. You don't automatically get compensation and get to file a claim. You have, once you're discharged, then you have to actually file a claim with the VA. And then if you're denied, then you can appeal to the Board of Veterans Appeals. So, and then if you get it denied again, then you have to go through the Court of Veterans Appeals.
You're talking about a process, though, that could take years.
And it can take years.
And then a lot of legal problems that come up I can't imagine what's happening here, but is it to dissuade someone from trying to push forward and I hate to use the word intimidation, but to thwart someone from pushing forward, they just figure, well, we'll bog them down with paperwork and hold you back.
Well, in my opinion, it's not intentional. I think that most of the employees and the VA employees are well-intentioned, but I think it's a matter that the government doesn't want to put resources towards funding it and towards improving the process to make it easier for veterans to get through the process.
All right, the VA uses a schedule for rating disabilities in 10% increments. Explain that.
Well, it's not like Social Security disability because, for example, to be disabled under Social Security, you have to be 100% totally disabled, where you cannot do any type of work. VA disability is not as stringent as that. It's based on types of injuries. So if you have a leg injury or a back injury, you can get a percentage of disability and not necessarily be based on 100% disability.
And what we haven't mentioned either are dependents. Dependents of military personnel, men or women, are entitled to compensation in some cases or all cases.
Yes, if you are awarded VA disability compensation, then yes, your dependents can also receive a benefit too.
Your basic message is, though, do not be frustrated to the point where you walk away from this. Get someone to help you get through the process.
Well, and that's true. And, you know, as with other types of injury claims that I handle, I don't charge any money up front, and, you know, there's no retainer fees or anything like that. The way I get paid is based on a percentage of the retroactive benefit.
All right, I mentioned you're an author. Tell me the name of your book.
Well, I have a couple books. One is The Truth About Lawyer Advertising, and then the other book is about the wolf in sheep's clothing.
That's my
what the insurance company doesn't want to know. And I'm working on a book on VA claims now.
Very nice. All right, if you'd like to know more, contact the Karl Truman Law Office online at trumanlaw.com, or you can call 502-222-2222. Coming right back.
When I got hurt at work, I thought I was going to lose my job.